Hey there, welcome. My name is Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk, and I'd like to welcome you to this video cast, I guess you'd call it, or the podcast if you're listening to the audio, where we're going to talk about sales tactics and strategies and lead generation strategies and tactics that'll help you find more customers and ultimately make more money. Now, if you haven't joined me before, firstly, welcome. And if you have joined me before, you will see that today I'm actually live. Now, you may be watching the replay of this, obviously, but I am actually filming this live. And this is how I'm going to produce my content this year. And this year, I'm going to focus on or the early part of this year in particular, I'm going to focus on a couple of key areas. One is technology and how technology can help you be more efficient and more effective in your lead generation, marketing and sales activities. And I also want to kick off this year talking about copywriting. Now, if you don't know what copywriting is, it's not to copyright your intellectual property. I don't mean that. I mean the writing of sales copy. That's the words, whether they're spoken or written down, but it's the words we use to get our message across to the market. So I'll come back to a couple of things in both of those areas in a moment. But it's because of those two things that I believe you can make more sales while actually working less, which is the title of this video. But being this is my first live stream, I'll just talk a little bit about how I've kind of got to this place. Because as I said, technology is a sector that I've worked in all my life. I have been training salespeople all over the world on how to sell technology in a way that enables businesses to utilize that technology and make them more efficient and effective, and ultimately use the technology to help them achieve their business outcomes. In fact, I was only talking about this last night. There you go, How to Sell Business Outcomes by Brian Conway, available on Amazon. But I only mention that because that's what I've been teaching people to do. So I'm always looking personally at how technology can help me in my business. And one of the tools that I've found, and I'll talk about this in another video, not today necessarily, but one of the tools that I found, one of the bits of technology that we can use is these live streaming platforms that become really easy to use and very effective in the way that they work now with all the integrations with all the various social media platforms. I tried looking at this probably a couple of years ago, and it was just really quite sophisticated the way you needed to set it all up. Now, this service is called Restream. This is just a browser-based streaming platform. And it's enabling me to stream live out to multiple channels all in one go. Now, for a number of years, I've been producing videos and started on Fridays, and they used to be 4 minutes long, and they were called 4 Minute Friday. If you've been around my space before, you'll have seen probably some of those videos. But I used to find that they're quite challenging to create because, first of all, I'd have to really do quite a lot of planning to get my message down into just 4 minutes. It's a bit like Winston Churchill. Once he was asked, would he speak at an event? And he said, well, yes, of course I will. Just sort of, how long will you want me to speak for? Because if it's a couple of hours, he said, I can do it right now. But if it's a short presentation, you want 10, 15 minutes, he said, then I'll probably need a couple of days to prepare. And that's kind of what it was like doing 4 Minute Fridays, to get them into 4 minutes and get a real clear action across, a tactic or strategy or a hack or something that you as a viewer could use in your sales environment. Then it took quite a lot of planning. Quite often, they didn't last 4 minutes anyway, and they typically got a bit longer. So I thought, well, what's the point of even trying that? But the other thing was, once I'd shot the video, and if my phone went off like it just did then, I'd probably stop the video and do it again, and I'd have wasted 5 minutes of presentation. And then the video would have to be exported and then imported into my editing suite, and then edited, and obviously things like logos and captions and things sort of put on, and then exported and then compressed and then uploaded one by one. This takes time. Render a video out of some of the editing software could take an hour in its own right. Then there was to compress it, and then there was to upload it, as I said, to Facebook and to YouTube and to LinkedIn and so on and so forth. So I just thought, if I could just go live, and if this video takes 15 minutes, it's done. That's it. It's been automatically distributed to all of those channels and the job is done. So it's saving me hours. And that's one of the things I said I'm going to talk about this year. How can you make more sales by working less by using technology? So that's one thing. So first of all, you're going to have to sort of put up maybe with the phone going because I forgot to turn it off, which I'll do now, or the laptop, or even somebody at the doorbell, or buzzing the gate, or Lynn walking in, or the kids coming home from work or in school, or whatever it might be. And the dog, sometimes, if the dog's asleep in my office, sometimes he starts dreaming and starts yapping in his sleep. So I may have to tell him to shut up every now and then. But anyway, so that's the introduction to what we're going to be doing this year. And I said, the objective of this is to help you sell more and work less. And one of the subjects I want to cover, and the sort of key takeaway going to be for this video presentation, is a bit about copywriting. So giving you something very tactical within the whole breadth of copywriting, and I'll cover this subject, said over a series of these videos. But the one thing I want to sort of kick off with is your headline. Now, your headline in writing sales copy is one of the most important parts of any written message. The headline in a newspaper or an article in a newspaper is key to getting people to just read the paper or even pick the paper up. It's a way often of differentiating different newspapers when they're laid out in a newsagent's. Remember when you used to be able to go into newsagents? But it's a way of obviously grabbing people's attention in the hope that they'll pick up your newspaper publication. So it's the same in sales. It's the same as a business. Your headline needs to capture the attention of your prospective customers, whether that is in a video, whether it is in written text, whether it's on your website, a flyer, a business card, even whatever form of marketing you are doing, an advert on Facebook or YouTube or wherever it might be, an advert in a newspaper. Your headline is key. It's got to attract and grab somebody's attention. So there are a number of headline formulas that you can use, and over a series of videos, I will introduce you to them. And as time goes on, I'll give you some links back to my own website where I'll have some more free resources that you can take advantage of. And obviously that will help you build on what I cover in these short videos. Well, I say short, they're not going to be as short as 4 minutes any longer. They're just going to be as long as they need to be. And, I can more than comfortable talking live for hours. It's what I've done for many, many years and been doing it all week. Just last night, I was teaching salespeople in Latin America for 3 hours. Earlier in the week, I was teaching people in China for 3 hours, all live. So, a few minutes with you guys is nothing really. But, appreciate you might be giving up. Oh, phone never rings, and there it is. One moment. In fact, why don't I just mute my mic for a second? Now, downside of going live. The only people who ring that phone is junk calls. So that's why I know I can just hang up. Or my dad, and it wasn't my dad. So there you go. So just make sure my audio is back on. Yes, it is. Good. And because that's another danger. So your headline's really important. That's what I was talking about. And it's the thing that grabs the attention of the reader and will drive them into reading the rest of the copy or watching the rest of the video or reading the ad and maybe clicking on a link. So I want to give you just one tactic that you can take away, one format for creating a headline and a little bit of homework to get you to go away and apply this to your business or to your sales activity. And that is a framework that we call the yay without nay. All right, where the yay is the outcome, the desired outcome that the client is trying to achieve, and the nay is maybe the barrier or the potential roadblock that would stop them achieving it. So the headline of this very video is called How to Make More Sales. That's the yay, without working any harder, or whatever name I now put on the video, something like that. And so that's the yay and the nay. And that's a really simple headline structure, but works really well. So how to extend your home without it costing you an arm and a leg. If you were an architect, for example, how to lose weight without giving up some of your favorite foods would be an example in the dietary space. How to put on muscle mass without having to go to live in the gym or whatever. So the yay, but without the potential but removing the thing that would potentially put somebody off buying your product or service, but focusing on the outcome. So it's a really simple structure, what you would like to achieve without this thing getting in the way. And most of the services that we offer as businesses and as business owners should enable our clients to be able to achieve a particular outcome, but without them having to feel the pain of the effort sometimes that goes into achieving that outcome. If we can take that away, we can deliver real value. They get that outcome easier. So what I want you to do in this short video is just, as we wrap this short video up, is to just take 5 minutes now, grab a coffee, and just grab a piece of paper and just write down, take one of your propositions, because again, you may sell lots of different things and different products and services. So this needs to be specific to a very specific proposition. So not big, high, generic, because one of the, I work a lot with architects, and I see they're probably the worst for this, I have to say. And I see lots of expressions on their websites and the like, saying things like turning spaces into places or something, or turning the myth into reality, or creating living spaces for the modern world and stuff like that, which really doesn't mean anything. I'm sure they've been written by probably PR companies or some kind of marketing guru, so to speak. But it doesn't tell me anything really about what they do. If I'm looking to put an extension in my house, or do a loft extension, or loft conversion, for example, I've got the space. It's not a myth. Turning a myth into reality. It's not. It's maybe a desire into reality. Well, that'd be slightly better. But if it was, extend your home without costing a lot of money, that's the yay without the nay, as an example. So keep it in layman's terms, but be very specific. I said it's not just how to use architectural services to your advantage without having to spend 7 years at university, which is what it would take to become an architect. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a very specific proposition. So just pick one thing, product, service that you sell, not all of them, and just write 10 headlines using that structure. And feel free to post them in the chat if you're live now. But if you're watching this video on replay, then please just post some of them in, and I'll give you some feedback on them as well. So wherever you're watching this, YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever it might be, take a proposition, post a headline, and I'll tell you whether I think it's good or bad, or maybe a different way of wording it that might be slightly better. But the yay without nay, it's a staple headline formula that you can use, and that's what I want you to cover today. And I said to help you make more sales and work less, because you might think, well, how will a headline just help me do that? It'll do that because you will attract more of the right people who are interested in the service that you offer, because it demonstrates that you can achieve their outcome, the yay, and you will remove the pain that they will potentially experience in trying to do it themselves. You're going to take that pain away. So it will help you close business much easier, much more quickly, because you're talking to the right people who have a keen interest in what you have to offer, because they understand what it is you offer because of the clarity in that headline. So I trust that makes sense, and I thank you for your time. I hope you got some value from that. As I said, I'm going to be producing more of these videos on a more regular basis. Well, I won't be just doing it once a week now, because I can take 15, 20 minutes like this, create a video, and the job's done, rather than all the editing and all the distribution and filming and all that other nonsense that I mentioned earlier. So here we go. So let's put up warts and all, and but you still get the same high quality value, sharing 20 years of experience in doing sales and marketing and training people all over the world. And in these videos, it's all for free. So if you want to know more, then please, you can always head over to achievesuccess.co.uk. There's free resources, and you can get a free copy of my book and all sorts of things there. I would appreciate you share, you comment, and you like these videos. If you're watching this on YouTube, then hit the subscribe button, and obviously then you'll get notified every time I go live. and obviously hit the little bell as well, and then you'll actually get a notification. But yeah, please follow me and be part of this community. We've had a really tough year over the last 12 months, and my goal this year is just to help businesses that may be struggling, that want to grow, that have had a tough year, be successful, and I'm more than happy to do some of that for free. So thanks again for your time. My name is Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.